there for the players to get. Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got OG Anunoby. Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then there's Towns, and it's Hart in at the 4 slot. And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Pass to Middleton. 5 on the clock. Here's Johnson. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
Listen, we know this guy has got a solid offensive arsenal. You've got to stay on point defensively.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Towns, a screen on Johnson. Brunson, no good. Now, Koulibaly. He had 15 points last outing. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
That's where you want Sard doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint.
Hart outside. Back to Brunson for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Brunson's got 6.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And the big fella Alex Czar showing promise. Greg especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Trains the 3-pointer.
Now, the very definition of a stretch 4 or 5, whatever position he happens to be playing, Cat can space the floor.
Middleton outside. Johnson, the pass to Sar. Back to Johnson. Shoots over Brunson. Johnson's shot is off.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Karl Anthony Towns was taking his rebounding to a new level in New York. He said, I didn't put all this muscle on for no reason. I'm going to keep playing physical, keep playing my game, and I'll keep demanding attention from every defense and then let the game play out. Back over to you, Kevin.
Playing physical for sure. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Towns, wide open. Another miss by Towns. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Nice ball movement by Washington. Brunson against Johnson. And that's collected by Brunson. New York leading by 3. Hart, that's good.
That's all grit from Josh Hart. This guy will mix it up on the interior.
Wizards have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Johnson outside. Clock at 4. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. The kick out to Anunoby. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards, trailing by 5. Back to Middleton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor. Goes to the paint and does his thing.
Brunson with a clean look, and it's good off the back rim and in. Brunson's got 8, and we reach the end of the first quarter. It's the Knicks. They're up by 5. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for New York.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Mitchell Robinson out there with Towns. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's McBride in at the 1 spot. Now here's Towns. High-point lead, the biggest of the game.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
Carrington with the ball. Still without a basket. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Change here. Brunson's checked in. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Chris Middleton.
And sometimes you have to adjust your game as Father Time starts to take a toll. And I think we've seen that. He's still a valuable contributor. And look, what he may be doing less in terms of raw scoring output, his veteran presence certainly offsets.
Now here's Brunson. Coming off a 12-point game his last outing.
Folks, that is about Jalen Brunson's craftiness there. His footwork, the ability to be elusive.
Second-round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
And here's Towns, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. Towns against Middleton. And it's Towns missing. Wizards trail by 6. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Nice ball movement by Washington. They grab their own miss. Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Brunson scanning the floor. Towns against Middleton. Towns kicks to Brunson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. If we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, notice it started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
First one falls for him. DB, what would you say is the biggest difference between the regular season and the playoffs?
The level of intensity goes to a level that is so different than the regular season, Kevin. I say it all the time. If you walk into an NBA arena in the playoffs, the tension is so palpable, you could almost reach out and touch it. Boy, the maturation of Brunson is really special. This guy, phenomenal as scorer and facilitator.
Here's Saar. Lays it up off the glass. Saar's got 6.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Brunson finds Bridges. Here's Towns from deep. Hands it from downtown. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Oh, he's starting to percolate now in the second quarter.
Johnson against Brunson. Johnson surveying the floor. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Brunson. 11 points in the game. Towns with the bucket.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Take a look at New York. They're holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And, of course, the Wizards just need to take it a game at a time. And 1:01 left in the first half. Pass to Koulibaly. Johnson outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Saar finds Koulibaly. Now, here's Johnson.
And the three-point shot has been a problem spot for them. They're improving little by little, but it's still a big reason they're down right now.
Count that bucket.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
To the middle. Here's Saar. And Saar throws it down.
Showing some strength on that finish. Saar just pushing through that contact.
And here's Brunson. 13 points in the game. Fires the three. That one doesn't go. And so it's New York headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Their measuring of the shot. Too bad. Let's hear it for our participants.
Thanks for tuning in. With half the game in the books, a bit of ground to make up for the Washington Wizards.
They've done some good things. I mean, they've also let those other guys get comfortable at the offensive end.
Yeah, lazy D. They'll need to play with much higher energy in the second half.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Right now for Washington, they haven't looked intimidating thus far. The hunger to improve just isn't there. That worries you. I'm starting to feel like this team needs a culture change.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
They've got Alexander Sarr. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Johnson. And it's Koulibaly in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. New York leading by 7. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
The Wizards shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Now here's Middleton. To the paint. Here's Sarr. And he slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
Goodness, Sarr is a different type of athlete.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Right side Towns. Over Sarr. And it's Towns missing. Wizards trail by 5. Pass to Middleton. Now Sarr. And here is Johnson. Offline with his 3. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Here's Brunson. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. Inside. And Towns throws it down.
Well, this team relies obviously on Towns for great productivity, and this guy is as reliable offensively as you get.
Johnson outside. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket for Middleton.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Anunoby outside. Pass to Hart. Brunson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Nice! Brunson working inside.
Folks, look out, because Jalen Brunson has caught his rhythm on the offensive end, and that typically means a long night for your opponent.
And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
Wizards trail by 7. Pass to Koulibaly. In the corner, George with it. Koulibaly, bounce pass for 3. Middleton. New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Towns, a screen on Johnson. And here's Brunson outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. A moment here now to see the numbers for OG Anunoby. And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. PDB, over the last several years, wins have been hard to come by for the Washington Wizards.
Kevin, it blows me away that this organization has not had a winning season since 2018, and they haven't won 50 games since 1979. Let's hope their young, inspiring draft picks are building into a good young core.
Like it's the weekend. We could celebrate tonight. You can't bring me down. Got my hands up. Play that song again. Take me higher, higher. Where I'm living. Like it's the weekend.
For the Wizards, Champagne's checked in, and Colton Carrington subbed in for George. Robinson's checked in for New York. Wizards trail by 7. Pass to Koulibaly. Sarr in the high post. Here's Carrington. Brunson covering. Now Koulibaly. The Wizards with another miss. Well, Dorsey's not always the most efficient player, but Koulibaly is electric.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin. One of the most explosive leapers in the league right now. He can rise and finish with the best of them. Listen, we'll give the efficiency some time because he's got skill.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Carrington. Nothing on the board. They could use a bucket. And there's a nice layup by Koulibaly.
Yeah, tremendous finish by Koulibaly. That free throw line and down, that's his comfort zone.
Bridges for 3. Washington with the rebound. 26 seconds left in the third. Pass to Carrington. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Johnson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Mikal Bridges picks one up. Washington shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
The line for 2, Johnson.
And he makes the first. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Well, this guy's so crafty. Once he catches the defender a little bit out of position, it's a very good bet he's going to get some free throws.
And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, Miles McBride out there with Clarkson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Towns the screen. And it's Shamet missing. Wizards trail by 7. Pass to George from outside the arc. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
Bad defense, bad shot. Neither working on that play.
Here's McBride, defended by Carrington. Now Robinson. Here's Shamet. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Champagnie. Carries it from 3-point range. Champagnie's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards. And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Wizards making a switch here. Sarr's checked in. And New York with a change here, too. Brunson's checked in. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now here's Brunson. Left side, Towns. Towns is doubled. Out to Brunson. New York, no good that time either.
This guy hit a couple of threes in the first half, but since then it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Pass to Carrington. Now Sarr. Over Robinson. And he overshot that one, missing.
Oh, the analytics department is smiling after that one.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years. Loading up for a title run. And they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. And, of course, you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit. Will they?
Free throw good. Clarkson.
Sometimes, guys, you need someone on your team who understands my job is to be aggressive, whether I have it going or whether I don't. And Jordan Clarkson is that guy.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. And Anunoby subbed in for Miles McBride. So he gets them both. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Now here's Middleton from downtown. Rebounded by Towns. Here's Hart. Clarkson outside. Misses the 3. Wizards trail by 6. George with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Johnson against Brunson. Johnson outside. On the clock. Beyond the arc. Cleared away by Hart.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Now here's Johnson, and Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bridges, he's checked in for New York.
New York substitution. Number 25, Mikal Bridges.
Now Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleared away by Hart.
Boy, that is tough defense. Exactly how you want to play him.
16-footer dropped in.
I think in today's NBA, you've got to be a 3-level scorer. The midi is good for Jalen Brunson.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. High post, Johnson. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Washington. Shot clock at 5, and down goes the three.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Knicks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so, created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Rebounded by Towns. Now Brunson. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. And we did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We could see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.